All right, welcome back. You know how in the last video I said that the sponsors were going to be coming? Well, guess what? This video is not brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. They haven't contacted me yet, but you know, any minute now. I'm just waiting for their email or something. So just wait for that paid sponsorship right there in the bottom of the video, and then you'll know that, you know, I made it big already. But let's get into lesson 102. Lesson 102 is actually not all that hard. It just, I think it's easier for me to do it if I actually show you matrices, because they're just so new to you. But by now, I think most of you would feel comfortable doing the matrices. So the good news about this particular lesson is that there's only 2 examples which I'm going to go over, because the third one is the application. And so this is a very short lesson. This is probably going to be a very short video. So maybe I can joke around about how, you know, everything that went wrong in the last video was probably Lydia's fault, because, you know, that's what happens. And yeah, you know, things like that. Obviously missing those pizza Mondays too. You can do it from home, but you know, you got to watch out, because you never know if the delivery person has been in contact with the virus. So that kind of sucks too. But let's just get into the lesson instead of all this philosophical questions about what's happening or not. All right, so before I go into the first example, we need to actually understand this notation. This notation means dilation according to the origin, meaning that if it has to do with the point or the line starting at the origin or with reference to the origin, we are going to use this one. This is not a 0. This is O for origin. Yay. And then K is going to be a constant. Constant is going to be a number. It doesn't have any variable. So what they're going to say is dilation in reference to the origin by K, which is going to be maybe like 5 or 4, whatever number it may be, of X and Y. X and Y, obviously, it's a point in the coordinate plane. So what this means is that we're going to literally write this again. The dilation in reference to the origin of that K, being any number that you could think of, it's going to be K times X and K times Y. I think it's a pretty easy notation. That's something that probably I should have told you before, but it's something that I don't think it's super hard. And so I think most of you would be able to do it without even me having to explain it. But, you know, I just wanted to be a little bit more thorough and maybe milk like a minute or more, because I think if you make it 10 minutes, I think you can monetize your video. So maybe, you know, get those cents rolling in. Yeah, that's before example 1. Okay, so example 1. Wow. Dilation of 0, dilation according to the origin. I just told you it's not a 0, and there I go, doing the thing. I was just making the mistake that most of you would do anyway. Anyway, dilation according to the origin by 3 of X and Y for X and Y for 3/4 and -1/5. So it's 2 points, and then I'm going to do a dilation on those 2 points of 3 based on the origin. And so what I have to do is, I'm literally going to write DO3. I think that's how your book does it. Can't remember very well. I could just turn around and look at the book, but I refuse to. The book's not my dad. He can tell me what to do. And then we have -1. No, that's not it. -1 times 3, and then 5 times 3. There you go. I think it's something like this. No, it doesn't have the D origin 3, but it does have this. So this is for the first point, and this is for the second point. And 3 times 3 is going to be 9. Wow, advanced math. And 4 times 3 is going to be 12. If you guys need to use the calculators, well, lucky for you, you can use it. It's not like I'm going to tell you not to. but you know, every time you use a calculator for something like this, I think a puppy cries or something like that. Maybe a little baby gets a tantrum or something. And then -3, 15, because obviously this is super easy. So the answers are going to be 9, 12, and -3, 15. And that would be it for the first example. All right, the last example. So let me just check it's recording. Yes, this time it is, because last time, egg on my face, I started to explain and there was no recording. So that's why I'd rather just check than just talk to the wall over here. Because obviously the wall is almost as attentive as some of you, so it's pretty much the same thing. So in here we have the points of the triangle, 3, 4, -2, -1, and 4, 7, right? And we're supposed to dilate it by a scale of 5. Your book says something like that. And so what you need to do, obviously, is put a point matrix, which is something that we did last time, and this is why I had to explain it before. So it's 3, 4 for the first point, x, y is going to be, and so -2, -1 is going to go like this, -2, -1, and then 4, 7. Wow, the point matrix. And so what we need to do is the scale factor. Now, most of you actually had problems with this when you were in 8th grade or 7th, I think it was 8th grade, when we had to do dilations, and then they said dilated by 3, by 2, or something like that. All you really had to do was multiply. And so what we have to do is multiply by 5. And that's literally it. We're going to multiply 5 times 3, 5 times -2, 5 times 4, 5 times 4, 5 times -1, 5 times 7. And we're going to still get a 2 by 3 matrix with the resultant points of my dilation. And so it's going to be, and I'm going to write it here so that people don't get confused. 3 times 5 is going to be my first element, and then 5 times -2 is going to be my second element, and then 5 times 4, and then it's going to be 5 times 4 for my first element in the second row, first column, and then it's going to be 5 times -1, and then 5 times 7. And so my resultant matrix is going to be 15 minus 10, 20, and 20, -5, 35. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Just have to multiply by the matrix, and that was lesson 102. So I'll see you in a couple days. Well, actually, I won't see you, but you will see me in a couple of days for lesson 105, I think it is. Anyway, the other one that we have for matrices. So that's what you need to know, and I'll keep you posted on the classroom, Google Classroom, if anything changes. But for now, that's it. So thank you so much for liking and commenting and subscribing. Obviously, that huge amount of followers is just your massive support. I couldn't have gotten to 26 supporters without you guys. In fact, I don't think any of you follow me by now, but still, you know, that's what happens. Anyway, so dumb. Have a good one. I'll see you later.